Good evening, family. Watch Woman 65. Lisa Boyce here. By now, you should be sick of me. But I told you I was going to keep you up to date as to what's going on, so I'm trying. I got this from, where's this from? Times of Israel. Okay, so it's being reported that Gantz, fearing this is a fearing trap. Gantz almost certain to reject White House invitation. It says here the Blue and White Party leader, Benny Gantz, has decided to reject an invitation from President Donald Trump to visit Washington next week for a meeting on the long-awaited Middle East peace plan. Israeli TV reported Friday night. The Channel 12 report, citing sources in the party, said that Blue and White leadership was unanimous in the decision not to go to Washington, but noted that massive U.S. pressure could still force Gantz to change his mind. Gantz and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu were invited to the White House next Tuesday, the day the Knesset is set to vote on establishing the committee that will weigh the premier request to be protected from corruption charges in 3 criminal cases. This is interesting. Okay. Gantz is expected to make a statement on the latest developments at 7:30 on Saturday. Channel 12 said, I think this is a channel that's either over there. It sounds like it is. But they said that Gantz feared the invitation was a trap, specifying that he did not know what role he would have in the performance in Washington, and that it wasn't clear what his standing would be. Yeah, that's what he's saying. The report said Gantz was also unsure on how Trump would treat him in relation to Netanyahu, who has had a long and friendly history with the U.S. leader. In the Blue and White Party, they fear it will be more political than diplomatic, and Netanyahu is bringing Gantz to Washington not to praise him, but to embarrass him or diminish him, the report said. It's a type of risk the party does not want to make. Blue and White was also reluctant to publicly cooperate with rival Netanyahu, as his main campaign idea has been based on the need to remove him from office. Party leaders told Channel 12 that they could not, on the one hand, work to remove Netanyahu's immunity and his legitimacy, but at the same time participate in this together with him, giving him the status of a leader heading these major diplomatic moves. However, the report said that there was still a small chance Gantz might go, particularly if the Americans put immense pressure on him or give him certain assurances. Blue and White realizes a rejection of the invitation could antagonize Trump, and that the party was making every effort not to criticize the U.S. president on his peace plan in the coming days, Channel 12 said. Okay, it is said by, and I can't pronounce his name, he's the head, Avigdor Lieberman, on Friday slammed the timing of the likely release of the plan. They want it to be after the election. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. I have no doubt that the peace plan that the U.S. president intends to present will include, quite a few positive elements, Lieberman wrote on his Facebook page. Presenting the plan 5 weeks before the election, precisely on the day when the debate on the removal of the prime minister is decided, will prevent a substantive and in-depth discussion of a political initiative, Lieberman said. Listen to what he said. He said, the sky won't fall in if the deal of the century is delayed until March 3rd. I don't know about that one. This Tuesday, we must focus on removing immunity and applying sovereignty over the Jordan Valley, as the Prime Minister has promised, Lieberman said. Meanwhile, U.S. Vice President Mike Pence confirmed Thursday that Netanyahu will visit the White House next week. Pence said that at Netanyahu's urging, he also invited Gantz, the premier's top rival in the upcoming elections. And Trump said that he'll likely release the plan before his meeting with Netanyahu and Gantz. It's a great plan, Trump said. It's a plan that will really work. Trump told reporters on Air Force One en route to a Republican Party meeting in Florida Thursday. Trump said that he was surprised that both men were willing to take a break from campaigning for Israel's March 2nd vote to join him Tuesday in Washington. They both would like to do the deal. They want to see, listen to this, they want to see peace. Peace and safety. Trump said, Israel wants peace. Palestinians want peace. They all want peace. Not everyone wants to say it. Interesting. The plan is expected to strongly favor Israel and is unlikely to garner any international support if it is seen as undermining the prospect of a two-state solution. Trump said his administration has talked briefly to the Palestinians who reject the administration's peace plan before it's released. According to Channel 12, the peace plan is the most generous U.S. proposal ever for Israel, likely providing for Israeli sovereignty over all West Bank settlements and sovereignty throughout Jerusalem. According to that TV report, which was unsourced, the plan also offers potential eventual recognition of Palestinian statehood, provided the Palestinians demilitarize Gaza and accept Israel as a Jewish state. Conditions the Palestinians would presumably reject. Blue and white sources also said that at this point, the party had no intention to push off the immunity proceedings. Netanyahu's Likud party, on the other hand, was seeking to delay the vote on forming the committee to deliberate his immunity request, citing the Trump administration's intentions to unveil its peace plan, according to Hebrew media reports. Likud ministers were considering asking Knesset Speaker Yuli Edelstein to delay convening the plenum that day, the broadcaster said. Netanyahu had sought to prevent the forming of a House committee to weigh his immunity request prior to the March 2nd election, as under the makeup of the current Knesset, it is all but assured of rejecting it. Blue and white MK Avi Nisokorn, interesting name, head of the Knesset Arrangements Committee, on Tuesday penciled in January 30th at 2:30 as the start of Netanyahu's hearings, which are expected to take a week and include 6 sessions. The start, however, depends on Tuesday's schedule. Plenum vote to form the House committee. Once formed, the House committee could conceivably debate and potentially vote on Netanyahu's immunity request in the coming weeks. Don't forget, now he's supposed to be indicted. There are some things going on legally with Netanyahu. Netanyahu announced at the start of January that he would talk to the Knesset for parliamentary immunity, as he faced a legal deadline to do so, following his Attorney General's, and I'm not going to pronounce his name, decision to charge him in 3 corruption cases. The Attorney General cannot officially indict Netanyahu until the Knesset votes on his request. Now this makes sense. That's why they're doing this so quickly. That's why they're presenting this peace plan so quickly. Netanyahu has been charged with fraud and breach of trust in 3 cases of bribery. In one of them, he denies any wrongdoing and claims without evidence that the charges are part of an attempted political coup against him, involving the opposition, media, police, and state prosecution. Now I see why they want to get this done so quick. That makes perfect sense. But if you notice, at the same time, all this stuff is going on also with Trump. This is just something to think about. Anything else comes up, I'll let you know. Thank you.